let's go to Tanya. So Tanya, share with us a little bit how interesting. I know you've been part of ICI for a while, but we only had a chance to have this kind of conversation a couple of times. So I'm really curious to explore more about what was your life like when you started the journey at ICI, and what were some of the challenges you were facing?
Thank you so much for that question, Rashid.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, my journey is quite different to some of that has already been shared here. I also came from a different country. I came from South Africa, immigrated late 2017, 2018, started to find my feet here. And over time, I just realized I needed something more. And I didn't know at that stage I was starting to dip into depression and the longing for where I came from. And then one day I went to a free event of ICI back in the day when it was still in the room.
In the room.
And it's the best place to be, because in that space, my body responded, my heart responded. And I was like, I need to be part of this community. And at that stage, I didn't necessarily have the vision of I want to be a coach, but I was like, I needed this community. There was something here, be surrounded by coaches that are having dreams that like I didn't even have a dream at that stage. I just needed to find a way to move one step at a time forward. And so I joined, back then it was TCI, ICI, for the community first. And then as time progressed, I realized, but I do have a dream. And my dream is to help people overcome difficulties, find their confidence within, and say yes to the opportunities in front of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wonderful. So when you decided that, what was life like becoming a coach? Because it's not always an easy journey.
It's every step is a journey that like turns a dial up in growing skills and confidence. And as Katie shared, it's kind of like, there's the safe problem. Okay, I'm choosing the risky one. I'm choosing to love me. So it started off with coaching pro bono, coaching people I started to make connection with. I joined a networking community in my space. Back then it was online because of just the nature of the world we were in at that stage. Started to build relationships. And that's when I started to find my niche, in the sense of, I'm helping business owners. So it's in the beginning, it was very much a follow the next thing that's presenting itself, say yes, and figure out how. And this is all the way through right now to where I am today, getting opportunities to work with other business owners, presenting on international spaces, only because I'm saying yes. Yeah.
So before, which is really awesome. I love it. You just say yes and then you work out how, which is the attitude that we always encourage at ICI, which is what the attitude that I had, as well. And every single successful coach, they just say yes and then work out the how, which is really, really different, by the way, from the traditional education model, where you spend like years studying and then you try to say yes and you kind of say yes and then you still try to figure it out, right? So whereas over here, it's like, just say yes and then we'll work out how. Just say yes to that opportunity and call us and attend the next training, and you'll know exactly what to do, which is really awesome. Now, I'm curious, Tanya, for you, did you have any background? I don't think I've had a chance to talk to you about this before, in business, or were you coming from a different sort of role? I know you come from South Africa, but for a lot here, we're not business background.
I don't have a business background. My background was IT, more in the space of, I was a technician, administering databases. So we kind of like to hide in the corner where nobody sees you, nobody talks about you. I see Serge's nodding his head. We kind of like to lock the door because we had the passwords for all the systems. It was like that environment. So I came from quite a secluded space, and stepping up and starting to learn to connect and communicate. ICI gave me that. It's a journey of building confidence, the tools, the systems, so that's where I started.
I remember over the last 2 years, Tanya, you acted, the confidence is now coming, but you acted before you had the confidence. You didn't wait for it. And all of you here, you guys developed the confidence by acting. You didn't wait for it, which is what I love. Tanya, you're also becoming an ICI facilitator now, which is really awesome.
Yes.
But it's like been a journey for you. You've been around in the community. I've been seeing cool stuff you've been doing. It's like you're building that confidence by taking action, and you're getting rewarded along the way.
Yes.
That's the beauty of this journey.
Yes.
You don't have to wait to arrive. You can take action now, get rewarded now, and keep building the confidence as you grow.
Yeah, I want to say there's 3 things that I feel is key to my success so far. Is number 1, the community, being surrounded by others that's got my back.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm inspired, like even on Friday, just hearing the new coaches in the room, your dream, you're inspiring me, because it's just warms my dream as well to hear your dream. Also the systems, the structures that ICI has given me, I can follow that while I'm getting the neurology in my own body to follow this system or structure. It's kind of like those 2 things need to meet. And then the absolute key is action.
Yeah,
taking action. Yeah,
I love that. How did your journey go about? You've been here for a couple of years. You're becoming an ICI facilitator as well. You've got your business, speaking. What did you tap into? What support has been, available to you? What's your experience like?
Community is everything. Let's just start there.
I love it.
So similar to Katie, every training I attended, the people that were in the room became my support. So the triads, specifically in Fox, that was significant. Great friendship started. So I developed with them, and we developed together. And it really, it's like the more trainings I did, the higher quality the communities that I was in even became, because the coaches I was surrounded with grew with me. So I grew, they grew, and I knew, we speak about being in the room of 5 quality people, and you will develop. And I've experienced that. I've tapped into mentoring. That is the best. They really help us to think, because I'm coming from a tech background, like you say, Shesh, put me on a computer and I disappear. It's like I understand the virtual world so well, but working on a business and developing the skills of connecting with clients and following up and putting systems in place for that has been big for me. And I learned that with the support from mentoring, from Dream Team, and the high quality coaches that I'm surrounded with.
Yeah, it's so wonderful. I love it. It's like mentoring is such an important part, because so many of us can make the mistake of thinking we have to do it on our own. And while all our results are our responsibility, we can fast track our results so much more. We can make the difference we want to make now, not years later, by asking for help. Actually asking for help, getting access to the highest level of support. And that's one of the things we always share with our coaches as well. Being part of Professional Coach means that you are actually asking for more support. It's not doing more work, because the way we think about this is, even for Master Practitioner, they get access to lots of business mentoring as well. So, but Professional Coach is just the highest standard, which you guys, all of you are playing at, which is really, really awesome. So I love it that you tap into the community. And have you guys noticed, by the way, I just noticed there that all of you are professional coaches. Clearly, I didn't register before. So I'm going to ask you this. Have you noticed that there is a separate community for us, and that community, these conversations are like really high level? It's like so focused on helping people and getting results. Tanya, share with us a little bit about where you are and what life looks like for you. Perhaps a story of a paying client. And I know you're doing group work as well. Yay, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Yes. Where did I start? My journey started, my first paying client came through a referral. It was I think it was the early days when we were all getting familiar with the Zoom world, and there was a community I was serving in.
Olden days, we don't remember them.
Yeah, I got my first paying client from there. And similar to what a lady shared, I was kind of like, what is my package looking like? And because my focus at that stage was still very much strengthening myself and building myself up in communicating and connecting. So I was part of this community as part of that role. And through the help of the mentors, my first package was a 3-month package for 1,800. And for me, that was big. That was huge. Yes, that was huge. And you know what the beautiful thing is that client is still with me.
Wow, that's so wonderful.
She has grown phenomenally. She's up in her business, her career. She's now expanding into building a business. So in many ways, my client is also helping me to grow, because it's she opened up like, oh, I need to learn this. So that to me has been a big success story for me. And I love that.
How long has she been with you?
That's now just over 2 years.
Wow. And she invests like $600 a month with you?
She does consistently. It's kind of like, this is her thing. And
15,000, almost like $15,000 just from one client. That's like almost your investment back, let alone all the other business you generated.
Yes.
How good is that? I love these kind of clients, because once they have so much fun with you, they grow, they want to stay. And Shalini and Katie, you'll experience this because you guys are still early in your journey. You'll have a few clients that you're working with now stay with you for 2, 3, 4 years. That's one of the things that most people don't think about, that when you start out with a 6 or a 12 session package and people get heaps of value out of it, they stay long term. I've got clients who are like 6 years, 5 years, 4.5 years, and they just want to keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tanya, go for it. So now you've got more clients as well. Tell us about that. How does business look like for you?
Yeah, at the moment it's like full-time in my business, but it's a part-time business because I'm also playing mom very much afternoons at this stage, as well as I'm facilitating in ICI, doing mentoring. So I allocated some time for that space as well, to give back to this community that has helped me to grow. But at the moment I'm having 8 clients, and they are on like similar to retainer, but I still work with 3-month packages, because then they keep on making the decision again, like, oh, I want this, I'm remaking the decision. So my packages at this stage is 2,500. And I love it. They read 60-minute sessions, schedule it, either depends on them, either it's weekly or bi-weekly, and we're doing the work, so they create a success.
I love it. So good. Give it up for Tanya.